Well, news coming in now. We have managed to access a document that was published under the DMK government that states the significance and the importance of the Sengol. It mentions that the Sengol was handed over to Jawaharlal Nehru in 1947. This, of course, is a fact check for the DMK and the Congress who have tried to undermine it. And also, in fact, the DMK has called it a symbol of monarchy. Let me go across to Abhishek Kapoor, senior executive editor, who joins us right now. Abhishek, give us more details of this document that seemed, that was essentially at first published under the DMK government. Abhishek?
Yes, Nupur. So essentially this is a document of 2021-22. It's a policy note on the Hindu religious and charitable endowments policy of the DMK government, the present government in Tamil Nadu. Now, just going through that para, which talks about the Sengol, it says that the head of the mosque as a royal council, and in that capacity, for example, it quotes an incident of 1947 where it says that at the time of the transfer of power, this Swamiji, the Abhinam Thambidaram Swamigal, handed over the gold-plated silver scepter to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and this signifies the transfer of power from the British Governor General Lord Mountbatten to the first Prime Minister of India. Now remember, after the central government and the Union Home Minister announced the significance and the ceremony of scepter being handed over to Prime Minister Modi as part of the largest inauguration ceremony of the new Parliament building, the DMK was silent for almost 48 hours. And yesterday a feeble response came by suggesting that this is a royal ceremony, it has nothing to do with modern day. But then this is a DMK document. Document of the government of Tamil Nadu, as of now held by the DSK and DMK Stalin is the chief minister, and this document clearly states that this was part of the official handing over transfer of power ceremony in 1947 when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru as Prime Minister took over power from Governor General Lord Mountbatten. So I think this is something which sort of a corner of the DMK. There's a very feeble response on the issue of Sengol. And also the Congress party, because remember, Congress party proudly owns the legacy of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and we have seen the pictures, we have seen these documents coming out, which clearly suggest that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was integral to the decision making which led to this ceremony becoming an integral part of the transfer of power process that time. So I think this is a significant document coming out, and the DMK would need to respond to this.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Abhishek, do stay with us. We've got Mr. Tirupati on the phone line with us from the BJP. Mr. Tirupati, good morning. Mr. Tirupati, do you see this document essentially as being testament to the fact that, the history behind it cannot be denied anymore by the DMK? And, they did attempt to step it aside, saying that this was a symbol of monarchy. Do you think that now falls flat?
The DMK is demeaning, degrading and discouraging the history. They don't want this culture to prevail in India. So that is the reason DMK is saying all out to unnecessarily create problems and confuse people. But the documents related to this are very clear. The DMK has to apologize. Even the DK Sengol, the former MP, had absolutely literally abusing the culture. So definitely the DMK has to, they have to apologize for what they have done.
Right, Mr. Tirupati, thank you for joining us. So Mr. Tirupati over there saying that the DMK essentially needs to apologize. Now, as far as the opposition parties are concerned, of course, being led by by the Congress as well as other parties have decided to boycott the ceremony. Let me also go across to Samiksha. I think she has some new details on this. Yes, Samiksha, tell us.
That's right, Nupur. Let me just read out this document that we've accessed, which is, of course, of the DMK government. So a lot that the DMK will also have to answer, because as we know, as a matter of fact, it symbolizes the transfer of power, the scepter in this case. Now, just to read out the key excerpt from this document, which says, at the time of enthronement, the traditional guru or the preceptor of the king would hand over the ceremonial scepter to the new ruler. Following this tradition, when the Uduvars completed the singing of the last line of the 11th stanza from the Kolaru Pathigam Thibabaram, Thambiran Swamigal handed over the gold-plated silver scepter to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This signified the transfer of power from the British Governor-General Lord Mountbatten to the first Prime Minister of India. So very clearly, this document establishes how the relic, how the scepter, in this case the Sengol, symbolizes the transfer of power and not this transfer or not monarchy, as is being the twisted turn that's being given by several opposition leaders. In fact, not just the DMK, Nupur, it's we understand Swami Prasad Maurya as well, who's now waded in this whole controversy, questioning this relic that is nothing but an epitome of transfer of power, which has clearly been established in this key document that we've accessed of the DMK government. Nupur.
All right. Samiksha, thank you for joining us on that one. So that's the latest that we are getting, even as the opposition parties seem to be digging in their heels. Republic TV has now managed to access a document which has essentially shed more light on the importance of this scepter, which is now going to be installed in the new Parliament building. That document, of course, does talk about the fact that this was part of the transfer of power ceremony that had taken place way back in 1947, when this scepter was handed over by Lord Mountbatten, the Governor-General of India at that point in time, to the new Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, from the DMK side, of course, we have heard various points being brought forward. Key amongst them was the fact that they said that this scepter was essentially a sign of a monarchy. Let's listen into that.
Sengol is the symbol of monarchy, that you should understand. Sengol is the symbol of monarchy, not democracy. At that time, when India was not a democracy, only part of India was democracy, not even democracy. Diarchy and British Queen decided things. So Sengol was given not by the political parties, by a mutt. You know, mutt is also another symbol of monarchy. But Sengol is not the pride. They had given a Sengol when India got independence at the time, so that they want to keep it in the new parliament. But Sengol is a symbol of monarchy. Why Sengol means if the king should be equal to everybody. He should ensure law. He should ensure safety. He should ensure everything. Every right was there with the king.
All right. Let's go across on the phone line to Kovai Satyan from the AIADMK joining in on the broadcast right now. Good morning. How do you see this comment that has come in from the DMK? And, given the fact that there are now documents that seem to prove that this scepter was essentially a part of the ceremony that took place in 1947, do you think that the DMK may have been caught in its own trap now? Kovai Satyam, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm there.
Right. I was asking you, how do you see these comments that have come in from the DMK on this Sengol, essentially where they have said that this Sengol is a sign of monarchy and not really, does not really hold any significance in a democracy?
At the time when you have to stand in unison as a true patriot, showcasing your patriotism towards your country, these people, the Parivarvads, are more interested to find faults and trying to spin a narrative out of it. Passing of the baton, Sengol, it is called in Tamil, it's an indication that the power is being transferred from one person to another person. The culmination of power with the representations of MPs and upholding the constitution, the place is Lok Sabha. So it is a significant moment and it's a historical moment. And trying to spin a narrative that this is right, this is wrong. And one of the ally of DMK say that the baton has an image of cow. That is Sanatan. That is RSS agenda. And they'll go to any extent to spin a narrative rather than trying to face the facts and trying to put the nation first and everything rest is not the norm of the opposition now.
Right. Mr.
For
Satyan.
them, Parivarwad, family is first, nation is last.
Absolutely. Mr. Satyan, thank you for joining us right now. So that's the AIADMK saying that this is a narrative that is being spun by the DMK. In fact, we have got more breaking coming in. We're now learning that the Samajwadi Party has also questioned the Sengol in Parliament. The Samajwadi Party has called it a symbol of monarchy. Now, that's the same sort of a line that's been taken by the Samajwadi Party, as has been done by the DMK in the past. Now, the government, of course, says that this is a symbol of a just leadership that is in place. Political parties, including the DMK and the Samajwadi Party, now attacking it. Now, just to give our viewers a bit of a history about this Sengol, this essentially was passed on by Lord Mountbatten at the time of 1947 when the transfer of power happened to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And this symbol, of course, will take a place of pride in the new parliament, now being attacked by political parties, being called a symbol of monarchy, essentially.